So the video you're going to see next is our trip on, was it Allure of the Seas?
Yes, Allure of the Seas.
With Royal Caribbean. You're going to show, I have it with, you know, we did a little tour, walked around, blah, blah, blah. But we want to discuss how the trip was, how the cruise was.
So we went on Allure of the Seas, and we thought that...
It's a huge ship, 6,000 people.
Well, it's a huge ship, so we were really excited because we've never been on one of the big ships. And we really thought that, hey, we'll get a suite because we have 4 of us, and our kids are bad, and they can't be on their own suite. And he was hoping to get lucky, so we got a suite. Because otherwise, we'd have to split up into 2 rooms.
You'll see the video why nothing happened.
We got on there. One of the things that was a little disappointing, because it's hard to compare, because our last cruise was on Norwegian Cruise Line, and we stayed in the Haven. And like going on Norwegian, like we met Mr. X. Mr. X took us to our room. Like we got passed through customs.
He was concierge.
Yeah. And he's just like, come on this way. I'm Mr. X. And we thought at first he was full of it. And kind of thought, you know, he was just playing with us. But then we went to our room. So when we got on Royal Caribbean, we got on and we went, and we didn't, you know, like they said, oh yeah, your bags will be in your room before you get to your room. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Because, you know, we spent a lot of money to get on there. And we got up there and the rooms were all sealed off. So you couldn't go in. So we said, we'll go to the suite restaurant, which was what? Something kitchen?
I thought it was the Haven.
No, Haven's Norwegian. Something kitchen.
Yeah.
It's some kind of kitchen it's called. The Sweet Kitchen. No, I don't know. Who knows? And we went there, we had lunch. Lunch was pretty decent. And we hung out for a little bit, and then the room was open. And then as soon as we decided, well, the suitcases weren't there, we were like, oh, we'll go do something. The minute, I swear to God, the minute we walked out the door, 1 suitcase showed up. And I'm like, well, we'll just unpack this because I can't leave it.
And then all the rest of them showed up.
Yeah, as soon as we unpacked one, another one came up. And then another one. And then another one. And so, anyway, so we got unpacked. And then we decided we were going to go explore the ship. And we went and explored the ship and checked a couple things out. I was very smart and made sure I had a massage that first day at 3 o'clock. Their spa is spot on, really nice. The only thing I would say is while I'm in the spa trying to chill and relax, they're doing spa tours. And I swear to God, I'm sitting there in the little chair, feet up, relaxing to music, zen environment. This is our relaxation room. And I swear to God, 20 people walked by and looked at me while they held their sign up. I'm going, alrighty then. Someone needs to be videoing this crap. But when I got in and got the massage, very nice lady, was fantastic. I made some purchases, came out, and then we went to dinner that night.
Yep.
And how was dinner that night?
I'm trying to remember which one it was. I don't remember the first day. It was...
Was it the thing where they were supposed to... No, it wasn't 150. We dressed up. Was it the thing where they cut the meat up?
Saber or whatever.
Oh, yeah. It's the Brazilian steakhouse themed place. Now, if you live in Tampa, forget about it, okay? Don't even bother booking it on Royal Caribbean because in Tampa, what's the name of the place we go in Tampa all the time? You have Google open up. Just type it up. He's typing right now. We have a screen right here. Look.
Taragucha.
Taragucha. So if you live in the Tampa area, or you take the cruise out of Tampa, don't even bother on Royal Caribbean going there. Book an extra night in Tampa, go to Taragucha. It is way better than anything the cruise offered and about the same price. And you will just be in heaven compared to what they offered. So we went there. It was kind of meh.
It wasn't that good.
It was meh.
Yeah.
It was, you know, it wasn't their main dining room because last time we went on a Royal Caribbean cruise, we were really disappointed in the main dining room. The main dining room was really cafeteria food. So we made a point to book the restaurants throughout the entire time. Oh, Coastal Kitchen. That's what it was called.
Kitchen.
Yeah.
So let's just talk about the food because we didn't eat. I didn't eat. At the Windjammer. No, at the Windjammer at all.
Oh, I ate one day at the Windjammer. It was god awful.
And it's on this ship. It's too crowded. There's like you walk and there's an island with some food in it, and then it's just
It was too crowded. It was cafeteria food at its best.
Yeah, and it's a lot of people.
And that was it. And I've been cruising for more than 20 years, probably 30 years. And I'm used to having really nice cruises because we started out when there used to be the big red boat and we went on Carnival and Royal Caribbean and now Norwegian. You know, and I had been to the midnight buffets, all this fancy stuff. So now it seems like Royal Caribbean's kind of taken a step back. And maybe it's my opinion, I don't know, but It wasn't my favorite. The Windjammer, we went one day and we never went back. It was just packed. And the food wasn't great.
I like the Windjammer on the other ships that we went on.
Oh yeah, and the smaller ships it seemed to be better.
It's all like in one row, and you just go down there.
And it seemed like they had more choices at the other ones, but this one definitely not.
And we didn't eat at the main dining rooms, any of the main dining rooms either.
No, because the last time we were on, what was the last ship we were on? Like Freedom of the Seas or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, last time we went on Freedom of the Seas, we ate in the main dining room every day. And we have 3 boys that travel with us, and we have 4 children altogether. And the 3 kiddos were like very disappointed. Like even desserts were like granola. And they're like, what is this?
Yeah,
they're used to bananas Foster and cherries Jubilee and getting shrimp and steaks.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
And it was just very much, everything's been kind of pulled back. And I get it, it's the economy, but wow. And after going, our last one was on Royal Caribbean, and we had some fantastic food the entire trip. We were like, oh, okay, maybe this is just not. And we just tried Allure of the Seas thinking it would be so much better because it's the big ship.
Big new ship.
Yeah, it's the big
newer
thing.
Ship,
yeah. So the next day, we tried to do some of the stuff on the cruise. And the next day was a day in the Bahamas at Nassau, and everybody got off.
Yep.
And we thought, well, this will be a perfect time because we've been to Nassau a bunch of times that we'll stay on the ship and try stuff. Wonk, wonk, wonk. They closed a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like their swimming pools, for example, I think they advertise 5 swimming pools. Okay, that's 6,000 people on the ship, and the swimming pools have a capacity of 21 to 25 people each.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
So they closed the swimming pools, and you couldn't go swim. A lot of the climbing walls were closed. The zip line was closed. It was just like there was nothing to do on the ship. You had to get off in Nassau, and we've been to Nassau. We didn't want to go to Nassau again. So that was very disappointing. Our kids did enjoy, they loved, and you'll hear from them, basketball court and ping pong. But, they can do that at home. It's not really that big of a deal.
Yeah.
And then that night, we went to Chops Grill the second night.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I thought it was 150 Central Park.
Second night was 150 Central. Yeah, he's so right. It only happens once in a blue moon, then he's right.
150 Central we went the first time.
Yeah, and 150 Central was nice. We dressed up. They did ask, it's supposed to be formal attire. And a lot of people did not do formal attire. There was one lady, and I swear to God, I have a 13-year-old boy. And he's like, Mom. And I'm like, yeah, I saw it too. This woman, had her boobs on the table. I kid you not. She was dressed in probably about 2 sizes too small sundress and just popped that baby up on the table. And my 13-year-old boy's like, I could not look, Mom. I'm sorry. And I'm like, it's okay, baby. I feel it. Mind you, my kids at 150 wore their suits, and I wore a nice dress. Even my husband dressed up.
Yeah.
This is usually the extent of dress up
here. This is my
here.
dress clothes.
Yeah, but he wore a tie and the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
The food was good. The service was fantastic. I highly recommend 150 Central. I would not say of all the restaurants that we ate in, it was probably the second best.
Yep, I agree.
Definitely the second best.
Yeah. Hey guys, I just wanted to stop this video for a second, and I'm editing it right now as we speak, and I noticed this part that I wanted to talk about, and I didn't, about the food. On other ships, I guess if you went to the main dining, you might get this experience. But I like when I was on the other ships, when we went to eat, you would be sitting down, and you could see the ocean and waves and stuff like that. You have a really nice view of the outside. And you felt like you're on a ship, moving and eating on the ship. It was kind of cool. It's a novelty. But the way the Allure has their restaurants set up is that all the specialty restaurants, they're all in Central Park, and you look out the window and you see like a fake park. So I wasn't really happy about that. People walking by. I could have been anywhere else in the world. It didn't matter. I didn't feel like I was on a ship eating, going somewhere, doing something like that. So I was a little disappointed in that. So yeah, I think this is probably gonna be the last time we go on one of these big ships centered like that. I think we're gonna start going on the smaller ships, because I like you go on the cruise on the big ship to be on the water and see the water and do all that kind of stuff and have something different. I don't want to go to a restaurant and feel like I'm back home sitting in a restaurant. So that was another complaint I had. I just wanted to stop the video real quick, put that in here, and continue on. Thanks for watching.
And then day 3 was what? Our day at sea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because it went to Nassau. It went in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah,
somewhere.
we just kind of sat out there.
Sat out there for hours, and then went to.
And day 3 was just crowded, overcrowded.
Too many people.
They had the activities. We wanted to do karaoke. Every time we went to karaoke or any of these activities, you had to get there at least an hour in advance.
Yeah. People
were sitting on floors. It was just bad. And day 3 was formal night, so everyone was supposed to dress up, and that was crazy. You know how you like to get your pictures? There were lines. They had like Disney lines to get pictures. I have pictures. He's going to post the pictures in here so you can see them. But it was really not, it was like, wow. And we realized at this point that this was probably not the cruise we would have wanted to choose for our family.
Yeah.
But we did go to Chops that night. And Chops has always been a favorite. And I would say it did not disappoint. That was by far the best.
Yeah.
And it was a good meal. It actually probably was a better meal than, usually we say, oh, you know, Charlie's in Tampa's better. But I would say this time Chops.
The steak was really good.
This
it's
time,
probably better, I think.
Yeah, I think this time Chops was better. The appetizers, the salad, the dessert, everything was just really, really good. Our kids ate until I thought they were going to pass out, but they didn't. We wish they would have.
Yeah.
And so, but that was great. And then the next day was Coco Cay, which is one of our favorites because we've been there a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went so we didn't go to the beaches or any of that stuff. I can't imagine what it looked like. There was 2 ships there. One with 6,000 people. The other one probably had, what was the other ship?
2,000 or 3,000.
Adventure of the Seas, which is probably another 3,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not everybody gets so. Anyway, so we didn't go to the normal. We went to the thrill park, and as soon as we got there, we went on the tubes and the whatever raft slide you hold things in. After that, it was packed the whole time, and it was
like hour and a half waits to get on stuff.
They had the big slides. I didn't even try it because the wait was way too long. I didn't even want to try it. And
I think that's one of the disappointing things because we'd been to Coco Cay so many times, and usually we get off the boat first, and we did too with the suite. The suite's really neat. They take you straight down on the elevator, and you go right away. However, even getting there right away first, there was still a line.
There were still people, yeah.
And then by the time we got down the slide once, the lines were like huge. It was crazy. Yeah. Everything was just so packed, so overpopulated, and it was just it was sad for us because we'd been there and it had been so much fun previously, and now we're like, And there's no guarantee if we went on a smaller ship, we wouldn't be there the same day that one of the big ship was going to be.
And now I heard they're letting, was it Celebrity Cruise Lines?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's part of Royal Caribbean. They're having those ships go there too.
Yeah, so
I don't know how
Coco Cay's always been fun, but I think we've kind of run the fact that it may not be somewhere we get to go anymore. And then that night, were we supposed to go to Sabor, but we changed the Mexican restaurant.
We were going to go to Sabor because, so Sabor is outside on the boardwalk.
Which is super hot.
And it's super hot. It's in between.
And this is June.
Yeah.
Or July. Early July.
Yeah. And because the middle of the ship's open, you can look straight up and you have, you'll see the video. Rooms here, and it's a big opening, but there's no way for air to go through. So it was super hot there, and we canceled that, and we went to Giovanni's table.
Yes.
So.
And our kids dipped out on us. They said.
Yeah, they dipped. Yeah.
They were like, "Yeah, we're not going for a time. We're done. We're gonna go play."
So it's Italian. The food was.
It was It was more like fast food.
It wasn't that good. I've had better at Olive Garden.
Yeah, and they were like, the service was very much fast food. When you like getting a drink was like a big deal.
Oh.
And it was rushed. Everything was rushed. They were running around. They were really running around. It was kind of crazy. The food was meh.
Yeah, the food was.
It was like I said, Olive Garden. Like he said, I didn't say it. He said it. Olive Garden.
Yep, that's my review.
The service was It was just very rushed. Everything was rushed. Whereas like Chops was just such a more of an experience, and you got the waiter was very personable, and the same with 150.
Yeah.
That was very personal. not so much.
The guy did go outside and get your drink, though. That was nice.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, I think he rolled his eyes when I ordered a drink.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, because apparently they don't have a bar in the restaurant, so they have to walk outside in the heat, mind you. And I
The guy's dressed up, yeah.
Oh, we should talk about drinks.
Well, I didn't drink.
I drank all of it.
She drank all of it. I had sips of her drinks to taste it.
Okay.
And
Okay, so if you buy the drink package, just know that Royal Caribbean has gone to using a lot of mixes. So if you are used to, like, I'm from Florida, we can get some very fantastic drinks. We have a lot of good spots here where you can get a lot of mixologists and just a fantastic margarita. The margaritas were god awful. It was a mix and tequila, horrible. So I asked them to make me a homemade margarita. And I took it. I was like, tried not to make a face. I'm like, oh, it's great. Walked away and had to put it down somewhere. There was no consistency from bar to bar. And they have one drink menu for every bar.
Yes, they do.
Where, like, used to be that you could get certain drinks at one, but no, not. The best thing to do if you're going to get the drink package is order drinks that are not on their menu. Like, I started ordering Dirty Shirley's. And they're like, oh, okay. Actually, not bad. But if you order anything off their menus, they were horrible.
Yeah.
And they were really not, they were like underpouring. Except for one bar, the water events where you go and watch the water, the diving thing, that they overpoured to the point it was like didn't taste good.
Yeah.
So, but that's one of those things. Like, I like to drink. I have 4 kids, and he's my husband. You laugh, but it's so good. Pray for me. I like to drink.
And then
he's like trying to change the subject, but there's a reason for my drinking.
You want to talk about that sort of drink sucked?
Oh, my favorite thing though.
What?
Do you remember my favorite thing?
I was going to talk about the things to do on the ship.
Okay, so go ahead. Tell me about my favorite thing.
Her favorite thing is the flow rider.
Yes, you get to see a video of that.
Yeah, there's videos of that on there.
Ooh.
We're doing a video. You want to be in it? Okay.
Look at this is one of our children here.
Yeah.
How'd you like the Royal Caribbean Allure of the Seas? Mm-hmm. Get your face in here.
No.
What do you mean? No?
I don't like it.
What did you like?
The teen stuff. That's it.
Well, tell us about the teen stuff. What did that look like?
There's a bunch of activities.
Like?
You did the karaoke.
Did you get to karaoke? Oh, you did? Oh, was it in the teen
Inside
area?
the teen area.
No. It went down to the
Did you have to sit on the floor or stand?
You could stand up.
The mic place?
You didn't have to do it, but
Did you get it? Place. Yeah, but was it really busy and packed? Yeah.
They hosted like dodgeball stuff that you would have to go to get to the teen club, get a wristband, so you can participate, and you have to have closed-toed shoes, like no Crocs. They have to be tennis shoes, basically. That's it.
Okay. That's what you like? So you liked karaoke and dodgeball? How about the food?
You don't like the food?
You didn't like chops?
Well, it's the specialty restaurants. Anything else was not that good. Only the specialty restaurants.
They had the place next to the basketball court.
What was that place? Did you go over there and eat?
They had
Those
tacos.
like tacos.
Yeah, it was
You
tacos.
didn't like the tacos?
I had one. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
Say what you really mean. Well, and you got to understand, these guys are used to eating like authentic Mexican food, and we also have a lot of really great Cuban restaurants. So when they went out and they kind of got, it was like school cafeteria food almost.
High school cafeteria food, yeah.
Yeah, it was a little disappointing for them. So, but you guys played a lot of basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Did you
wanna-
play ping pong?
Ping pong, yeah. But there's only 2 tables, so
Yeah.
you have to.
Did you swim at all?
No,
How come?
there was too many people there in
Yeah,
the
it was
swimming.
packed.
So if you like going swimming, I'd suggest not
Yeah.
going on the
What was
crowded
my
area.
okay? So Dad couldn't remember what my favorite activity was. What was my favorite activity
I
on
just
the
said
ship?
what your
Flow
favorite.
rider?
Flow rider.
I
Yeah.
just
said what it was.
She made you do it.
I made you do it. Can you describe how I did on the flow rider?
Awful.
What? I have a video. I have
Over
proof.
this way, right here. Get in the
I
video.
have a proof.
You're moving my chair.
Okay.
Show off your muscles. He's got muscles. He smells bad too. He's a teenager.
No, I don't smell bad. I took a shower.
Okay, that's good. So I was bad on the flow rider.
Yeah.
How did that work?
She stayed on there the longest. I have proof. It's on the
Yeah,
video.
but
We have
if I
video proof.
actually wanted to do it, then I'd stay on.
Okay.
but I
Oh,
didn't
if he
do it.
wanted
If
to.
you wanna do it,
Watch
okay.
this. That is so Sigma.
And there he goes.
Bro, you do too much. You have to do a lot of editing on this.
Nope, not editing it.
It's all going up just like that.
20 minutes. The battery's almost dead.
Oh, 20 minutes.
The things to do on the ship. So you got the flow rider, ping
That was
pong,
fun. I loved it.
Basketball.
I took a picture of the zip line. The zip line. The line was like around the top deck to get on the zip line.
It's in this video.
Yeah, so it was kind of disappointing.
That was one of the at sea days, or I don't remember what day it was.
Well, and the problem is that there's so many people again.
Yeah.
And a lot of the venues are smaller than what we've used to been seeing on the smaller ships.
Yep.
So they put all this stuff trying to pack it all in, but it's just smaller.
It's like they tried to do more like open spaces and stuff like that. And then the Central Park, it was
very pretty, but very hot.
Hot again because it's in between like basically two towers of where the elevators are, and the sun's just beating out. There's no air. So the zip line, we didn't do the zip line. It looked okay. It just went like on an angle across, and you could see down in Central Park. Or no, the boardwalk, right? Over boardwalk.
The boardwalk. You could go down there again. Really hot. Not a lot of stuff going on there. You could ride the merry-go-round if you waited in the line.
The merry-go-round, yeah. So the zip line, we've been on zip lines before where it was like a lot scarier, like in the woods in Honduras. So I'm like, I don't care about going to a zip line for it takes 2 seconds. Wait on a line for, I don't know, 40 minutes, and for a 2-second ride, I didn't really feel like doing it. The rock wall, nobody wanted to go do that with me. I probably would have done that if I could have got the kids to go.
How are you going to do that?
I'll do it and have my shoulders break. But
so like he's got lift your shoulder up right now.
No, I'm fine.
He's got like no rotator cuff and his bicep muscles not attached, but he's gonna climb the rock wall. You're right. Allure of the Seas did not have water slides.
No water slides.
No water slides, which is fine. It's not the end of
that
the
show. All right, the shows. So
yeah.
Oh, you could also do ice skating, which we've done before, and you have to wear long pants, and we didn't have one. Long pants.
I refused to wear long pants. It was like July in the Caribbean. You got to be out of your mind to be wearing long pants.
Yeah.
The show, they had the one show where they have like the diving, the water show.
That was good
it was a little frustrating because again, as a suite, they're like, oh, you can get reservations, but not really. You have to get there, get in line first.
Yeah.
And it didn't make any sense.
They had reserved seating. That was on a bench, not chairs.
Yeah, you had to sit. Yeah, it was like, whereas when we come from Norwegian Cruise Line, the way it works there in the Haven, so if you don't get a chance, and I'm sorry, Royal Caribbean, I used to be Royal Caribbean all the way, but it took me one cruise on Norwegian. They like take you from your room, and Mr. X, and what was that, Joy? What did we go on? Joy?
Joy, yeah.
Yeah, we went on Joy. If you go on Joy, ask for Mr. X. He's in the Haven.
It has race cars.
It has race cars. He liked that a lot. He would take you with his magic key and take you down to the show. Done. Yeah. If you wanted to go down to a restaurant, done. Oh, you're getting off the ship to go on an excursion? Dude,
takes you right down there, right down to the floor you want to go.
Right down. No problems,
no stopping.
Everything.
Yep.
The only time that happened was getting off the ship for Coco Cay.
Yep.
And then when we were leaving the ship. That was the only time they really did that. Other than that, they had limited hours for their concierge. The concierge were nice, don't get me wrong, but the level, they never came, like you're supposed to have someone that comes and work for your stateroom and stuff. We did have a stateroom attendant, but we didn't have the concierge. When we were on the last cruise with Norwegian, we literally had the guy's card and we could call him up and say, hey, what's going on? We need X, Y, and Z. And it was done. And he came the first day and explained everything to us. There was like no communication about, hey, this is what we can do for you. We kind of figured it out as we went, which unfortunately for us and them, it just wasn't that great.
The room service was good.
Oh, yes. My kids love the room service.
Yeah, because they got room service every night for their 11 o'clock meal.
So we have 2 of our kids have ADHD. So when their drugs wear off, they're ravenous. And they just got to eat. So that's like 9, 10 o'clock at night. So they were ordered 5 or 6 meals, and it's included when you have a suite. And you just tip, and they ate it all. First of all, there's just plates every morning, empty plates, but that was a very nice. I would say their room service was really good.
Yeah, I like how they have the ice cream.
Oh,
Ice cream was not
Ice cream. I
ice
hate
cream was
ice
not
cream.
self-serve, and it was over. It was on the pool deck, and you had someone stand there, and they had different hours. There was whatever the hours were. It wasn't like open all the time. So that was kind of
That was a lot of the theme was things just weren't open.
yeah.
It just wasn't there. It wasn't open. It didn't happen. The shows were
Shows were okay.
they were okay. The comedy show was okay. We couldn't get into most of the comedy shows because the reservations were actually sold out
Before we got it.
Yeah, 45 days before we even cruised.
Yeah.
Like I got the notification and I didn't immediately log in and make reservations with a suite, mind you, paying the extra money. And by the time I got a notification on Friday, by Monday, most of the stuff was sold out. So we just couldn't see stuff.
Yeah.
And that was kind of sad. And it, again, because the venues were too small.
All right. What else? What else?
It's a pretty ship, as long as you don't mind overcrowding, waiting in line. Meh entertainment, meh food.
The ride was nice. It's basically a huge hotel.
Yeah, our room was gorgeous.
The
There
room
was a
was
couple of a little like there was some maintenance stuff. I think like we had the loft. And
Yeah.
up top, there must have been a flood at one point in time,
yeah,
and
I
they
got-
did.
it's on-
Yeah,
I
you
got
got
it
it.
on
They didn't
video.
fix the floor, so you had like the floor was buckled up,
Yeah.
and there was just little maintenance things, but nothing that. Had everything else been aligned, I'd been like, oh, this is fantastic. The view was fantastic. I did love waking up and hitting the button to open the windows.
Yeah, that was cool.
They had some outdated stuff. I don't know why they don't just take it out. They literally have these old chargers in the room where you put your phone on and you could play music off it. It had a speaker, except for it was
like
so old.
Generation
you couldn't use
1
it.
iPhone.
Yeah, you couldn't use it.
Would you suggest going on a Royal Caribbean? Well, one of these big Royal Caribbean ships?
No. I think if we go on Royal Caribbean again, it would definitely be one of the smaller ones.
Yeah, I like the smaller ones.
We were much happier, but it wouldn't be a Bahamas itinerary because Coco Cay is just done.
I've been there so many times, too.
Well, and it was always fun until this time. This time it wasn't fun because it was overcrowded.
Yeah.
And with it being overcrowded, if you can't enjoy
I guess
the beach and you can't enjoy the rides, because that was one of the big attractions, because you pay like
You pay
$80 a person to get into the water park.
Yeah.
And then if you have to wait an hour and a half to ride a ride, because they have quite a few water slides. It is a small water park when you compare it to some of the big parks available in Florida. It doesn't make sense to go there. It just doesn't. It doesn't make sense to spend the money and go there. So I would not go on Royal Caribbean again to Coco Cay because they've overpopulated the area,
Yeah.
and it's unfortunate because it used to be a really nice destination.
Well, unless somehow you figure out that there's 2 small ships going there.
Yeah, I'm sure you could. I guess you could do the horn.
Yeah.
That would be something he would do. I'm not going to sit there and do that.
I wouldn't figure that out.
I have
It's
to
too
figure out how to get all the kids to pack all their crap in one suitcase,
Right.
and then not forget stuff like motion sickness medicine. Oh, that was the debacle. You forgot about that, didn't you?
It's in the video where I
Oh,
was
his
walking
motion
around.
sickness,
I
yeah.
forgot the stupid Dramamine.
The man who gets sick, like just looking at a boat or standing in the ocean.
I forgot the Dramamine, and then I go, oh, I'll just go buy it when we get on the ship. Except
Not so much.
the store only can open when the ship's out of port and leaving.
Mm-hmm.
So while it's moving, and you're supposed to take that medicine like an hour before you start moving. So I found some Tylenol or something. I took that. I don't know if that did anything.
Yeah.
I could have just taken some Smarties. Did the same thing.
The placebo effect was
Yeah.
real.
And then the store opened, I bought it, whatever, and then it was fine.
Yeah, it was just a little frustrating because they said, "Oh, go down to medical," but then we went down to medical. Medical was closed.
Yeah.
Then they said, "Oh, your guest service will help you," and they said, "No, you got to go to medical." So he literally ran around for probably the first 2 hours on the ship.
There's people who was stopping you from going into guest services and seeing if they could help you before you get to guest services. He goes, "Oh no, go down to medical." So medical's on 2. I went all the way down to 2, and then I came up and I just blew past that guy afterwards, and I went and just said, I need something for motion sickness. All right, we have this, and that's what they gave me.
Tylenol.
I'm like, how's this gonna help?
Yeah, there you go. And that I guess that sums up the cruise. You need something for motion sickness? Here's some Tylenol. But
So-
overall, it was an experience. We can say we went on the big ship. We had a beautiful room. you know, that was very nice. It was relaxing. It was quiet. Good room service. Great food at
Had a nice what do you call it outside?
balcony.
Balcony. Nice balcony. They had like 2 Chase Lounge chairs there. That was pretty good.
Good words. You used your words.
Yeah. It was it was a nice size.
Coastal Kitchen was decent. When the day we were leaving, it was overcrowded, of course.
Yeah.
And they didn't have a way to accommodate people. And they ran out of food a lot because you had to use their little... They had a buffet there, but it was just kind of, again, meh.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was very underwhelming more than anything. Especially when you look at the amount of money that you pay for a suite and to be at the, you know, those different levels.
Oh, and then
Yes.
when you get a suite, your bags get separated and put in a special spot too.
Yes, they do.
Yep. So that was easier to get our bags. We weren't mixed in with everybody else's.
Well, it was a little bit different because what they did for you was they say, priority disembarkation. So what that means is you get an elevator ride down to everybody else.
Yeah.
And so then you go out. So it wasn't really, you just got the elevator faster more than anything. Like I keep saying Norwegian, I'm sorry, but on there, they literally had someone walk us out to customs.
Yep.
And at customs, we were met. We went through, and like they had people. If you wanted, they would take your luggage to your car.
And that's a hack right there. I didn't realize that. Mm-hmm. We had this was on when we went on the other cruise, not this cruise. This cruise we just carried all our bags. We had more bags last time. I think it was longer.
Oh yeah, we went for like 8 days.
Yeah, the other one we had more bags.
This was a 5-day cruise.
Yeah, so we had 4 or 5. So we had 6 bags. So that wasn't that bad for 4 people to get all our bags. So we just did it ourselves. But the other one, last time we had the guy put all our bags on the cart, and there was a huge line to go through customs. We just walked right up. He goes, "Go, stay with your bags." And we just stay with our bags all the way right out.
Yeah, it was really nice because you
cool.
went through, you got through everything.
That was worth it.
Yeah, that was well worth it, and it was just more of a streamlined thing. I mean, Allure of the Seas, like I said, pretty ship, and I think the reason that they're doing Allure of the Seas and I think it's Oasis of the Seas now is coming to Florida with the shorter cruises, is because we realized on day 3 it was a mistake.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that can you imagine have been on there for 7 or 8 days?
Yeah. Of trying to do things and
every time you got there, yeah. And like you literally would have to sit and wait an hour in advance. And we've been to Disney many times.
Yeah.
And you know, we have fast passes at least at Disney, so you can plan your day. There was no such thing on here.
Yeah.
And that's you know, kind of a big deal because you want to go on a ship, you don't want to sit there and wait in line. You want to relax. You want to mosey on in and find a seat.
Yeah, I don't want to be crowded and pushed around.
Yeah.
You know,
there was no time. Like the best was, I think, this, and I know this must be making us old, but the silent disco. Are you kidding?
That's a new thing. That's a new thing, though. But
stupidest thing ever.
I wanted to go in there, but somebody didn't want to go with me.
Because
I wanted
it's
to go check out.
Stupid.
I think it's probably stupid too, but I wanted to
Yeah,
see
it would be
people.
probably a good video to watch people with their headphones on going, "I want to rock and roll all night." That's what they would sound like because they can't hear themselves.
Yeah.
And how are you interacting with anybody?
I said this. I'm going to say this in the video, but I can say it here too. I liked how the casino wasn't in the middle of something.
The casino was kind of cool.
Where you have to walk through it all the time. This casino, you didn't have to walk through it. You could go. You could have been on the whole ship the whole time, not even though there was a casino there, because you had to like actually probably go out of your way to get to the casino.
Yes.
So
the casino was pretty cool because they had a smoking and a non-smoking casino, which was very different.
Yeah.
Not that neither one of us, we're not real big gamblers, but you know, that was kind of neat because a lot of the older ships, one of the things you have to do is to get anywhere, you kind of have to walk through the casino.
Yeah.
And so you'd have to go through it, and they say they're non-smoking now, a lot of them, but they stink because they have that old smell, and we don't smoke, so that's just.
Even though the one ship we went, I remember there was one ship we went on. The casino was below us, and you could just smell the smoke coming up on the next floor.
Oh, could you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, even this one, when they had that little spiral staircase that you would go down. As soon as you start walking down, you can smell the smoke.
Oh, and I think another thing is a lot of the events were like 10, 15-minute events. Like they'd have, we're going to have this game show, 15 minutes, done.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah.
It was very abbreviated, and if you look at the number of crew members to the number of people on the ship, the ratio was really awful because there was a lot of lines, a lot of waiting for drinks, food, all that stuff. So it was just kind of, again, meh. It wouldn't be my choice to do again. Wasn't the worst vacation ever,
Yeah.
but wasn't, to us, not a value for the money.
Yep. All right, yeah, that's it.
All right, cool.
Enjoy the video.
Edit
You know,
away.